Alright guys, so today I'm going to be doing my holiday Christmas decorating video. So we're just like I did with my Halloween decorating, I'm just going to start over on this side of my TV stand. So I do have a pair of these Ellie Smith fairy lamps. I have a set of green ones. I would love to find a set of red ones, but I feel like every time I find a red one, the coloring is just no good on it anymore. I do have this German wooden smoker. He's got some presents and stuff on his back. We did originally purchase him to resell. However, there was a little issue with him. I think something was missing, so we just decided to keep him instead. I don't burn any incense in him, mainly because I can't stand the smell of incense, but he just is chilling there. This here, I put these out every year. I absolutely love them. I have a Mrs. Claus on the other side. They are on springs, and they're just like these wobbly, wobbly pieces. They're pretty large. I actually picked those up at a thrift store. I remember I found them, I fell in love. Turns out the thrift store only accepted cash and I only had a card on me. So I asked them if they would hold them for me, and I ran to the bank and I was able to snag them. I was so happy. And we do have just some like faux garland going across. You can kind of see Amelia's mess down here at the side. She has a baby playpen, absolutely loves it. So yeah, she has a mess always of the living room floor. But over here we have the Mrs. Claus that matches the Santa, and she also moves around and is on a spring. Just like in my Halloween video, I still have my Polish pottery owl out. This piece here, Eric just won this at an auction. This is another Ellie Smith green glass piece. I think it's a toothpick holder. I don't know why he sat it there, but I think we're gonna try and find something Christmassy to stick inside of it. Over on this side, we have the matching fairy lamp. I have this spaghetti trim Santa planter. We recently got him at a antique store. And then I also have another German smoker. This one is a Santa Claus. Here on this like subwoofer thing, I still have my swung vase. I do have a light down in it, so when the lights are off it looks really nice. And then I have this pottery piece. This is by Becky Mummer. It's just a really large kind of skinny Santa Claus. So I won him at an auction quite a few years ago. Before we get to the Curio cabinet, I will show you my tree first. So this is our Christmas tree. It is a fake tree. It's not real. Our tree we purchased from Balsam Hill. Their stuff is pretty expensive, their trees, but they look absolutely beautiful. I mean, magazine worthy in my opinion. Pretty much our tree looks the same every single year. We just usually get new ribbon for it, but all of our bulbs are pretty much the same every year. Occasionally we do get a new one to add. Most of the bulbs are just like newer. We don't really have any vintage bulbs or anything on our tree. Most of the bulbs came from, I want to say, Michael's. We got like years ago. This one was a recent purchase. Eric purchased this Krampus blown glass ornament, so that was a new one for this year. And I'm trying to think if I have any other just different ornaments on here. I do have a Cheshire Cat ornament, and I do have my mom up there. I need to get an ornament made with my dad's picture and my dog that passed, but I haven't gotten around to doing either of those things, so I definitely need to do it. And then there's just a mess down below because we have not wrapped anything yet. So let's go. We'll just go over to the Curio because this kind of takes a while to go through. and you will see me as I am recording. For the Halloween Curio, we had put a kind of backdrop fabric cloth to cover the mirror, which I think worked really well because Halloween decorations are usually kind of dark to begin with. But with Christmas, I wanted things to show up a little easier because there's more like brighter colors and stuff like that. So we didn't put a cloth in. Amelia is usually always obsessed though. She's down there. And I know I gotta be careful because down here on the bottom, I have that felt piece that I got at the outdoor antique flea market. Last time I had this open, she totally took that out of there and I didn't realize. And then I have a really nice Joe Peters glass piece we won at an auction recently. So I am going to just move this out of here so she doesn't get a hold of it. Okay, so we're gonna start at the top and work our way down. Over here on the corner, I have a Holt Howard Pixie sleigh planter. I'm on the search for her pear. I just have stuff like all randomly throughout. That weird thing I had, it's a vintage noisemaker. I had it out for Halloween and I just never put it away. I just kept it with my Christmas stuff. This Santa Claus here, I have one of these for sale on eBay right now. His eyes go up and down. It's really quite cool. So I did have two of those, but I kept one. Let's see, we got the Holt Howard Santa in the car. So I won one at the auction and then I found his pair at an antique store. So I was super excited about that. This is just a little thing of matches, vintage Christmas matches. I won this at an auction recently. There is an issue on his back, right there where his wing is, but since it's in the back, it's not such a big deal. I feel like finding the vintage Santa Clauses on rockets and spaceships and stuff like that is incredibly hard to find, so I was so excited to find that. Then I just have some random little guys, little spaghetti trim angel, a little Christmas Santa mug. We got Santa coming out of a train. I think there's another piece to him. Again, I won it at an auction and it wasn't complete. And then I have another spaghetti trim Santa back there. So then, working our way down to this shelf, we'll work on this side first. So we got a vintage angel planter, and she just had some like faux greenery in there. There's a little Fenton glass penguin. My collection of pine cone men and gnomes. I do have a couple of those elsewhere and you'll see them. This is a Christopher Radko snowman candy container. He is newer, but he is so stinking cute. I absolutely love him. Found him at an antique store. These ones are my favorite of my little gnome guys. I won him and this one over here at an auction. So I got some of those. This here is a candy container that Eric and I just obtained. It's got this really awesome like goose feather tree on top. You can open it from this part right here. Hopefully my camera is focusing well enough on that. And then there's a little bird on a twig. Like I said, we just recently purchased that at an auction. I left my Krampus candy container in here. I don't know, did I have him at Halloween, at my Halloween decorating? I don't know if I had obtained him yet. At the time, I'm not even sure, but I did get him at an antique store. I paid, oh goodness gracious, a lot of money for him, but he is just so stinking cool. Absolutely love him, and I can decorate with him for Halloween and Christmas, so that's really nice. I also have another Christopher Radko candy container over here. This one is of Santa Claus. So that also came from an antique store. And then down through here, this bottle brush tree and the little tree skirt came out of that vintage Lundby dollhouse I purchased at a church yard sale. I decided to keep that. And then down here is just a couple little random pieces, some more of the chenille guys. The snowman I recently got at an antique store. It's made by a local artist. I have something of hers that I picked up from my Halloween decorating, and I found something for Christmas, so I was super excited about that. Here's a little bit better of a view of these guides on this side. Okay, so let's head on down to the next shelf, where you'll probably start hearing my bones cracking. Okay, so on this shelf, let's start on this side. My green fairy lamp owl here, I have him out for Christmas since he's green. He's another thing I feel like I can multi-decorate with him through different holidays. In the back there, let's see if I can probably get a better view this way. I got a Santa planter, and hold on, this way I can show you guys this thing. This thing is so cool. I just recently obtained this at an auction as well. This is like an old paper mache. It looks like a gourd, but it's a sled with these red and white striped bottom, and then I just laid this old Santa Claus inside, and I found like a little vintage wreath that I just put in his hands. Let's see what else we have. This I got at an antique store. Whoopsies. That back there is a Fenton, I think it's a candle holder. It is hand painted. I left my Norman Brum enamel plate in here. I had that out for Halloween as well, but he's a snowy owl, so I figured I'd just leave him in there. He's actually for sale, and I'm seriously debating on taking him down because I love him so much. I got some battle brush trees. These white and gold, I know it's hard to see, but those are red gems, red and green gems on those trees. These are actually marked. They are marked on the bottom Holland mold. I won those at an auction. I couldn't find them, so I don't know if they're older or not. Let's see, I got another little spaghetti trim figure here. A really old Santa there. We recently got some of these vintage ceramic like oil lamps. Back here in the back, that looks like an old Belle Santa Claus. I got him at a yard sale. I'm pretty sure he's a reproduction, but I just really liked the look of him, so picked him up. Okay, let's see. I feel like it's getting a little darker down here. We got some of these 3 little angels here. I got a couple expandable sets. So I have one over here, then I got one over there. My buckets, I was planning on selling a bucket, but I decided to keep them because I have one on each side. This here is just like an old Santa Claus mug with a lid. Honey! We got some plastic Santa candy containers and this wonderful musical snowy, oh my gosh, I just recently got this at an auction. I absolutely love it. I'm going to get it out and show you guys how it works. Isn't that amazing? So the styrofoam balls come out of the top and it looks like it's snowing, and then the entire thing on the inside just twirls around. It's absolutely amazing. I love it. Definitely just such a cool and unique piece. I love the fact that it just looks like it's snowing. It is marked on the bottom Jingle Bell, because that's the song that it's playing, and then it just says Made in Japan. So you guys have to let me know if you have seen something like this before, if you recognize it or not. I had no idea something like this ever existed. All All right, so you can see my lava tree is up here, and then I have the little snowman is like a Christmas card holder thing. The lights on them light up, but unfortunately my batteries died in it. But yeah, I've had that for quite a while. And while I am here, I want to thank everyone who has sent me a Christmas card. So thoughtful of you guys. So this first table here, I have 2 of my ceramic Christmas trees on. And then I also have my gnome pine cone guys on here. I have, whoopsies, I have these little vinyl pixies just chilling, having some fun. I got another one over there. And unfortunately, my Santa lamp there, he's warming his tootsies by the fire. The bulb went out in that, so I have to get that replaced as well. Over here, in this corner, I know it's ever so slightly dark. I do have this fiber optic Christmas tree. This belonged to my mom. I like to put it out every year. I do eventually want to try maybe put some bubble lights on it. We haven't gotten around to that, but it's so pretty. I used to not be a fan of the fiber optic look, but I am starting to really enjoy it. So ideally for this tree, I want to decorate it some. Right now there's just like pine cones on it. I know it's hard to tell. And I'd like to find a topper for it as well. This vintage lighted blow mold, we won this at an auction and we just decided to keep it. It looks really cute beside the tree. So that's like the first thing you see when you're walking up our steps to come upstairs from the door. Then over on this end table, I have my really large ceramic Christmas tree. Both this one and one of the ones that were on my end table belonged to my mom. This one was my childhood ceramic Christmas tree. Like getting this out every year when I was a kid, that was like the start of Christmas. So I'm so happy that it's still, you know, a part of my life. I did put some new bulbs in it and obviously cleaned it up pretty good since I brought it home when I had to clean out my parents' house, but I just love it. I put it up every single year. Down here I have 3 little chalkware angels. I picked those up at a thrift store. Again, these like oil lamps, these ceramic oil lamps, Eric and I just recently obtained those from an auction. And then Eric recently purchased this little Noel set. I'd love to find like a Noel angel set or something like that. But that was the only one we could really find, which is fine. I like it. And then Eric just put these little ball picks in the top just to make it a little more festive. And then we have another one of those expandable Christmas scenes. Up here, I just have a little snowman sitting on top of our candlestick holders because we don't have candles there. But that's pretty much the only like Christmas thing I have up on this shelf. It's just a little ceramic Christmas tree nightlight. It does bubble a little bit. It's more glittery in there than any kind of real bubble-in. You can kind of see it going. Cute. So guys, that's pretty much everything for my Christmas and holiday decorating. I hope you enjoyed this video. You'll have to let me know what you thought down in the comments, and I will see you next time.